Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. It's a Cloud Surfer here to talk about Sun in Taurus and Moon going into Libra. The Moon is not in Libra right now, but it will be in Libra in the next 10 hours. So welcome to the channel. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and use the links down below and the link tree as well to know more about me, to know more about my content, and to book readings and personal consultations with me. Alright, so Sun in Taurus, Moon in Libra, both ruled by Venus. Both alignments are about business, relationships, values, sophistication, and pleasure, right? But it, in the end of the day, is a misunderstanding, is an inconjunction. And most inconjunctions, or maybe all inconjunctions, play these dynamics, which is, it's about the same thing, right? Both alignments are about the same thing, but the way they approach, obtain, or slash and search for whatever they're sharing, it's different in certain parts that make it kinda seem it like they are very different, but they are not, right? For an example, Taurus and Libra, right? Taurus and Libra, both about values, like we're saying, both about communication as well, right? Because most people that are into astrology in a more superficial way, they're gonna think that earth signs are not about communication. But they are, right? That's the interesting part. Earth signs are about communication. They are just not so much about communication like air signs are, for an example. And the moon in Libra and the sun in Taurus really are bringing that aspect today of we being more aware of that, the fact that misunderstandings don't necessarily mean a bad thing, right? So, for an example, Taurus and Libra about the same thing, right? But they do it in different ways. Taurus more private, more fixed, more calculative, and more stable and realistic. Libra more communicative, more creative, more initiative, more trial and error, doesn't mind to look a bit silly, doesn't mind to look a bit dumb sometimes in order to get value or validation or some relatability out of their conversations or relationships, right? And that's exactly what we are doing with the sun in Taurus and the moon in Libra. But now we have to specify how or in what areas are we being different about those things, about these things, right? So in one way, we have the sun in Taurus, moon in Libra, right? So with the sun in Taurus, we are wanting to be more fixed in our routines and patterns that bring us value, stability, privacy, and security. With the moon in Libra, we need to feel comfortable in initiating new ways to communicate, think, and analyzing our feelings, emotions, and how we sophisticatedly can communicate or perceive our values, right? And you already noticed here, the same keywords: values, safety, security, privacy. Because Libras, they might not look like they look for privacy, but they do. But they allow, or they want more people in their safe space, while Tauruses are more selective, or they allow less people in, or they can allow more people, but they create more differentiation, a bit like Aquarius do, because Aquarius are also like very communicative and very social, but they create these different levels of friendship, or how deep the communication can go. Libras are a bit more general, are a bit more giving in their relationships and how they approach the world, in looking for satisfaction, pleasure, sophistication, and whatnot, right? So Tauruses will stand back, Libras will initiate, Tauruses will maintain and support, Libras will go, create, get, and deep out. A Libra will deep out way quicker than a Taurus, because a Libra might see more value on that side, while a Taurus, if they see more value on that side, instead of going there, they be like, oh, I can, if I have patience, I can create that much, if not more value, here on my own, or with the people that I'm supporting and being supported by at the moment, right? While Libras, they are faster to go there to get that better support, that better pleasure, that better relatability, that better validation, while like they don't leave you behind, or I mean they do, but they don't totally separate, they don't forget about you, they still like are in connection with you, but they spend more time over there, or they give more energy and they support or want to be more supported over there. Also, another difference is that Libras look for support, Tauruses look for giving support, and sometimes Tauruses will make this kind of emotional blackmail, which is, oh, I supported you back then, I support you now. If it's not me, ain't nobody supporting you, which might be true, but Tauruses sometimes confuse support with suffocation, and your support might be even suffocation, and you are not allowing somebody else to grow on their own. You're always reminding them, you helping them out. You're always reminding them, oh, I'm correcting you, or I'm giving you money, or I'm giving you these directions. Yeah, but you're supposed to let them get their own direction. You're supposed to let them get their own money. And Libras is a bit the other way around. Libras be asking a bit too much. Libras be creating scenarios to attract support instead of creating themselves support. And Libra, how do Libras create support? By creating new ways to think, communicate, and analyze, by creating new scenarios or new ways to go about the same circumstance, right? But in a fresh, more sophisticated and innovative way, right? Welcome to the stream, Daria. So with the moon in Libra and the sun in Taurus, we are feeling the need to create new ways to think and communicate about our values, pleasure, and relationships, and we are expressing those needs in a more private, realistic, stable, and fixed way to go about the world and our responsibilities. So we might need to actually change up a little bit. We might need to actually initiate the conversation, but we want to maintain a certain status. We want to maintain a certain image of ourselves, that we are independent and we don't approach the unknown. We don't approach things in a new way, because we might think that's beneficial. We might think that is worth it and valuable, and others will appreciate that. I mean, and yes, but that's where the misunderstanding comes from. And it's also a lesson to be taken here today. Sometimes you have to be ready to be misunderstood and be seen in a certain way to do what's right for you, your business, and your circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, guys. I need to fix something in the background. Be right back. All right, we're back. Because, coming back to the point, you need to go through misunderstandings, you need to be ready to go misunderstandings, and you need to be ready to be misunderstood. Even when you know you're right, others will not be able to see that many times. So, for example, today, you might act more communicative, you might act like you might be asking more for stuff, or you might be piquing others' minds a bit more, and others might think it's weird. Others might think, oh, you're being so open, oh, you're not passing this image of safety and security, but actually you are, because how we do the sun changes through the moon cycles, right? And actually, with the sun and the moon, sun in Taurus and moon in Libra, they're actually converging to the same values, to the same neighborhood. But externally, you or others might not be able to see that at face value, right? So the right thing to that, quote unquote, the right thing, quote unquote, is to initiate new feelings and emotions that deal with being sophisticated or sharing values in a more lighted and a little bit detached way, right? But you have to kind of lose that Taurus image of stable, of on your own, stubborn, consistent. And you need to break that little image of consistency, especially a little bit, in order for you to satisfy your need with the Libra, with the moon being in Libra. And that's like your moon ritual for today, right? And if you do moon rituals, what are moon rituals? Actions, expressions, and mind states that correspond to the moon. They make you healthier, they make you prettier, they make your body regenerate faster, and they make you, or you make, because you're the one doing that, right? You make yourself better at attracting stuff in your life. Why? Because you have blood cells of every type, not just blood cells, nerves, muscle cells, all types of cells are constantly being created within you, right? And they come from the spirit, but not from your spirit, right? Your spirit is busy creating other bigger stuff, mind states and awarenesses. So the small spirits within you are the ones creating the body, the blood, your bones, and whatnot. So the moon represents what type of new spirits are being attracted to here, right? That's what the moon represents: attraction, comfort, pleasure, sexuality as well, right? So when the moon is in Libra, spirits that come from the seventh house, spirits that vibe with that frequency, are coming in, mostly, largely. So if you do things in that vibe, if you move in that way, if you behave in those patterns, you will have less resistance, and you'll be helping these spirits finding a place to be, because every spirit wants to exist, every spirit wants to experience. That's why you here, that's why everybody's here. But so if you facilitate that by being in the same space as they will benefit you, and you are benefiting them. You're giving them a place to be, you're giving them a body, and they're giving you newness, freshness. So you look good because your blood cells and all the other cells regenerate faster. And you manifest better because you are also regenerating faster, basically. You are bringing those new things within you, right? So you are more connected and you are attracting better things around you if you do the moon ritual. So the moon ritual today is even, you don't need to be extreme on acting Libra-like. No, because the moon is in Libra, right? But you should feel a bit more ready, or a bit more loose, or a bit more initiative when it comes to share, communicate, and act on your values, and ask, for an example, about others' values. Ask how are they consistent about their values. Ask how realistic and how consistent others are with their values, right? and that will allow you to attract these new spirits to you, and then they work with you in fresher, newer, and better and more sophisticated ways. And the moon ritual is basically just that. You do things in the same vibe and same space as the moon, so you have more blood. You have fresher spirits, new spirits within you, so you look fresher, you look newer, and you attract more, better, and faster. All right? So, moon, sun in Taurus once again, moon in Libra, misunderstanding how to talk, or misunderstanding talking with being in your values, right? Taurus is way less about talking, it's way more about doing or being in a state. Libra is way more about talking, right? So you might misunderstand yourself, you might misunderstand yourself, and you might misunderstand others. So you might be too talkative, or others might be too talkative about values, sophistication, and pleasure, but you actually see that you or others are not really being that. They don't believe that. They are not consistent with that. That's keyword. And that might lead to misunderstandings. Somebody might be talking too much about something that they value, but they might not believe in themselves enough to actually be consistent and actually defend those values. And you might think they are. Imagine you share a value with somebody, they talking their ass off about those values, right? So you might be thinking that they are ready to defend that value with you, but they're not, because they don't believe enough in it. And the other way around, somebody might not be talking so much about those values. Somebody might giving you this weird mood when you expressing about your values, right? But in reality, they are valuing as much and the same things as you, but they are more about protecting it, finding it, or just being it, or doing it, instead of talking so much about it. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, let's take a look at how is the moon. The moon is in Virgo right now, by the way. The moon will be in Libra in 10 hours, right? So we are preparing this transition from the moon being into a more mercurial state into a more Venusian state, but it's still all about communication, right? The moon is going from an earth mutable sign ruled by Mercury to a cardinal air sign ruled by Venus. So actually this transition is interesting because it's still about communication. It's still about socializing and sharing things with others. But with the moon being in Libra, you might feel a bit more retracted. You might feel a bit more afraid, a bit more nervous, and a bit more the need to protect yourself. With moon in Libra, you might feel more ready to initiate conversations, to initiate relationships, to change up the waters in your current relationships. And you are more, instead of talking just for the sake of talking, or instead of talking about reality, business, status, or responsibilities, you want to talk more about pleasures, fashions, how you think something looks, how you think is the best looking stuff, the best color in something, the best anime character. You know what I'm saying? It's still talking and communicating, but the focus and the purpose is shifting. The sun is still in Taurus though. So the moon will be in Libra. And how will that pair with other alignments? So moon in Libra, in conjunction the sun in Taurus, misunderstanding acting on your values with talking and feeling your values. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Mercury in Taurus, misunderstanding how we are communicating about the values, and misunderstanding talking with communicating. Misunderstanding talking with committing. Those two are different things, right? Moon in Libra misunderstanding in conjuncting Venus in Taurus. So this is a bit more personal, and you can feel it a bit more close to your heart, because Venus is the ruler of Libra, right? And it's in Taurus, which Venus rules Taurus and rules Libra. So and the moon is exalted in Taurus, so it's feeling this. We'll be feeling this misunderstanding. We will be feeling this misunderstanding a bit more closer to your heart. So Moon in Libra, Venus in Taurus, misunderstanding how we create new feelings about our relationships, commitment, and pleasures that are fixed, consistent, realistic, and that can be obtained and maintained in privacy and safety. All right? Moon in Libra opposing Mars in Aries, feeling scared or not connected to your passion, motivation, aggressiveness, and frustration, or feeling balanced because you can be more passionate, you can be more sure, and you can defend and really go into your passions, motivations, aggressiveness, and frustration, but in a more sophisticated, calm, and pleasurable way. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding, Jupiter in Taurus, Jupiter 28 degrees Taurus, almost going into Gemini. That's actually pretty cool, right? Jupiter in Gemini will change everybody's lives, but it will take a couple days, if not a week or two, right? Jupiter moves kind of slowly. It's like 1 year per sign, a bit more with the retrogrades, you know? So, Moon in Libra in conjuncting Jupiter in Taurus, misunderstanding your feelings about values and initiating conversations with how you are expanding your reality, your values, your gifts, and your stability. Moon in Libra, misunderstanding Saturn in Pisces as well. Misunderstanding your new feelings and new perspectives about relationships, pleasure, and how to think and communicate in the world, with the world itself, and with certain feelings that you might catch from the world and others that Jupiter in Gemini, no, Jupiter will be in Gemini. It's 28 Taurus right now. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, Jupiter in Gemini will be kind of crazy. That's true. Right. So, yeah, Moon in Libra, in conjuncting Saturn in Pisces, misunderstanding certain feelings that you receive from the world, certain belief systems, certain connections, and certain attachments that you receive from the world, and those can make you create new ways to think and communicate about your internal world that are actually not necessary or efficient. Moon in Libra, in conjuncting, misunderstanding Uranus in Taurus, misunderstanding new light and logical feelings with new realistic and stable ways to have stability, safety, security, profit, love, pleasure, and validation in your life. Moon in Libra, in conjuncting Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is 29 degrees Pisces. So both rulers of Pisces will be moving into more external signs. Jupiter will be going into Gemini, and Neptune will be going into Aries, right? So it's going to be fun for the Geminis. It's going to be fun. You guys will be able to, it will be fun for the Pisces, I mean. You guys will be able to communicate more in a more passionate, sure, and spiritual way. You better believe it. Moon in Libra in conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. So, misunderstanding new logical feelings about grand dreams and illusions. And lastly but not least, Moon in Libra trining Pluto retro in Aquarius, a gift to initiate, to heal, and to lighten up your feelings and emotions when it comes to transformative moments in the past, or that you are transforming right now but they came from the past, where you had to be, forced or not, your own mind, and on your own way to think, communicate, and analyze. Wow, yeah. That's true, right? That's very true. That's gonna be some powerful shit for the Pisces out here. Yeah. I got the card for that. Uranus the Fool, some change, some newness, some rebelliousness, some opposition, and it's the 0. Any number you add to 0 becomes that number. So the door to all possibilities is open. It's fun to think that we never experienced Neptune in Aries since we are born. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or since you were born, you never experienced any other sign of Neptune or Pluto, right? Until they moved and you moved along with them. Because Venus repeats, Mercury repeats, Mars repeats, even Jupiter repeats, but not Saturn. Or maybe, yeah, because you have your first Saturn return at 30 somethings, right? So that represents the scale of life. What's really important. Venus-like things, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Sun, and Moon, and kind of Jupiter-like things, they're important to like maintain your life going. But from Saturn outwards, they're important to know where you're going. The big goal in life, the big real purpose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You better know what I'm saying. Right? You know what I'm saying, brothers. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Alright, so let's take a tarot card to see the transition between Moon in Virgo to Moon in Libra. So, and what is that transition? It's taking more internal, more realistic, more stressful and worry-inducing feelings and transmute them into more confident, communicative, pleasurable, and fun feelings. Real shit. And because the Sun is in Taurus, always connect that transmutation, that change into acting, expressing, and seeing yourself and the world in more practical, realistic, profitable, pleasurable, and valid and relatable ways. So let's take a card for Aries. How are Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars transiting from Moon in Libra, from Moon in Virgo to Moon in Libra? Reversed Six of Swords. So Aries bringing too much power, control, and pressure to their mind, and that is making them misunderstanding themselves and others. Let's move to Taurus. Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Rising, and Scorpio Sun signs, and Taurus Venuses. How are them transiting from Moon in Virgo to Moon in Libra? The Star, Aquariuses. So Tauruses feeling more unique, feeling more capable of having their own mind and having their own way to think, communicate, and analyze, feeling like a star, and a star usually is a part of a constellation, so Tauruses feeling more ready and more open to associate themselves with others that they see as unique and valuable as well. Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury, how are they going through the transit of Moon in Vibra? Moon in Vibra! Vibra means a type of snake in Portuguese. Viper. It's a viper. Moon in Vibra. Be careful. Geminis, you might experience poison. You being toxic, or somebody being toxic in your life with this Moon going from Virgo into Libra. Libra, zebra, Libra, cheetah. So how are Geminis transiting from Moon in Virgo to Moon in Libra without being the Vibra, without being the Viper? Oh, there we go. Reversed Three of Swords, so you are being aware of new things about your mind and your relationships and how you analyze the world or how others analyze the world, and that is causing some misunderstandings between you, others, and your surroundings. Let's go to Cancer, Cardinal Water, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. We got a card immediately. How are they reacting to the transition from Moon in Virgo to Moon in Libra? Reverse Death, reverse Scorpio. So you guys going very deep within yourselves. You being more fixed and stable or stubborn in your feelings and emotions. And you are transforming deeply, but you or others are misunderstanding that process. Let's go to Leo. Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, and that's it. How are you reacting and responding to the Moon going from Virgo into Libra? There we go. Justice, Libra. So you feel ready to value yourself or judge yourself to see if you are valuable or not, to see where you have value, and to see if you can justify you going outside or inside, looking and claiming that value. And you can also do that to others or to events. So you have the power to discern if you, others, your surroundings, events, and circumstances are valuable or not. Let's move to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury. How are you guys reacting to the transition of the Moon going from your sign to Libra? Nine of Cups. Okay. So you have an opportunity here to raise and elevate your feelings and emotions, dreams and illusions, your connection to the divine, to the spirit, and to the subconscious realm. Just make sure to not elevate and worship any delusion or religion. Let's go Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and Saturn, because Saturn is exalted in Libra. How are you reacting and responding to the Moon going from Virgo into your sign? There we go. Four of Swords. So you're feeling the need to be really sure, correct, dry, and clear about your thoughts, ideas, analysis processes, and ways to relate, and about your relationships as well. Let's go Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising. For Scorpio Risings only. Seven of Swords, separating from old relationships or thoughts. Oh, my bad, guys. Hold on. Camera. All right, we back, guys. So Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising. Mars, Pluto, and Uranus. How are you reacting from the moon presenting from Virgo into Libra? Oh, Mars, the Tower. So you are deconstructing or you are witnessing something within yourself on your life falling and can be hurtful, but it also means there is a new opportunity to build things back up that you are personally interested, passionate, or frustrated about in a better way. So you can build, you have more space to build, or we have in the same space where something was there, that thing is falling, so you can build there new and better. Let's go Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. How are you reacting from the Moon going from squaring you into sextiling you, going from Virgo into Libra? Eight of Swords. All right, so you might be feeling stuck in a thought, stuck in an idea, or in a relationship, or you're feeling supported and you feel like you can spend a lot of time in a thought, idea, or relationship. Let's go into Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars, and Saturn, but Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So how are you reacting from the moon going from Virgo into Libra? It was trining you, now you it being squared, so you had the gift and now you have to learn how to use it. And we have reversed Cancer, reversed Chariot, reverse your opposition. So you might be feeling opposed, you might be feeling somebody made you wrong, you might be feeling like things are unfair, but you are misunderstanding because you got the gift and now you're learning how to use it. And what is the goal? To create new destinations, new roads, new vehicles, and new purposes to be traveling, expanding, and moving on in life. Life! You know what I'm saying? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, not Mars, Mercury, because Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, not in Virgo. Saturn and Uranus, how are you reacting from the moon going to Virgo? In conjuncting you into Libra, trining you. Let's see. All the biggest boing air and Aquariuses. The Aquariuses. How are you guys reacting to this change, to this transformation, to these perturbers in the cosmos? Reversed Five of Swords. So you're getting too attached, too emotional or sentimental about thoughts, ideas, analysis processes, or relationships, and that is making you misunderstand stuff. It's not saying that it's wrong, but certain feelings, certain emotions, or certain attachments to your own mind or to your relationships, to your partner's minds, is making you misunderstand yourself or your circumstances. And lastly, but not least, Pisces. Pisces came in straight up. The card came out immediately. Because Pisces is very happy that the moon is getting the fuck off Virgo, their opposition into Libra, because Venus is exalted in Pisces, and even though it's a misunderstanding, Libra is ruled by Venus, so now they're feeling the party coming to their house. So they were tired of being restrained, they were tired of feeling the need to be realistic or attracting people that are trying to correct them. Now they got Aquarius, they got the star. So Pisces is feeling like the star, feeling unique, feeling the ability to be fixed and consistent in their own way to think, communicate, and analyze, feeling that they can be themselves in the middle of the crowd, in the middle of the world, and they're feeling ready to associate themselves with others that are also unique, valuable, and spiritual. But be careful, because the moon is entering into a Venus sign, so you might go too far, you might be exalted in creating new ways to think, communicate, and analyze about your feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, and purposes. But you got Aquarius, which is a bit more serious, and it's able to apply external limits and boundaries in a more efficient way. So if you're on the right side of spirituality, if you're with God, you should be good. All right? So this is the transition. Remember, this is not about Moon in Libra. This is about the transition. The next 10 hours. Okay? From the next 10 hours. And if you want to know how it will be when the Moon is in Libra, maybe I'll be live here. Most likely I'll be live on Instagram to be more casual, to be more light, but I'll be here as well. So anybody wants a card for themselves? Personally speaking, let me know. We're about to wrap this up. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you want a card, let me know. I'll take you real quick before we finish. If you guys have any questions about spirituality, astrology, tarot, gematria, numerology, and crystals and gems, or anything like that, about life in general, about your dreams, I'm great at dream interpretation. Vari wants a card for herself. About the transition of Virgo, of the Moon going from Virgo into Libra. Libra. Virgo, Libra. Let's see. For Daira, not Daira, it's Daria. We have Princess of Wands. They're creating a new internal way to deal with your imaginations, feelings, passion, motivation, aggressiveness, frustration. You're creating a new internal way to bring the subconscious into the conscious, into showing your skill, value, gifts, and personal belief systems and spiritual belief systems. But it starts internally to come out in a big way. Anybody else wants a card? Anybody else wants to know their fate, destiny? Ooh, spookism. She was a fairy. Yeah, real shit. She was a fairy. She was fair. Fairies come from Libra. It's a Libra allegory, right? Little things flying in the sky that sometimes are naughty, but they usually create chaos, but also usually help out in certain circumstances, but in a more unexpected way. They can lure you in into the forest and shit like that. It's really like Libras, bro. They be talking good, they be looking good, and they lead you into their already wrecked house. And they are about to wreck your house too. Because it's fun. Because they feel like it. Because there is nothing. That's why Saturn is exalted in there. They're learning how to be more serious. They're learning how to have boundaries and limits and actually stability and have actual networking and associations, not just connections and friendships. Oh my god, friends, we're best friends forever. No, sometimes the best relationships are serious and we don't talk much and we correct each other. All right, we're not besties, we besties. You know what I'm saying? She was a fairy. Guys, I will conclude the live stream then. If ain't nobody wanting a card right here, right now, I will conclude the live stream. So, thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. A whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Make sure to support the stream, and the channel, and me. Leave a like and subscribe, watch more videos, watch more streams, and book personal consultations, readings, dream interpretations, or just talking with me via IG, the email, the Discord, or the comments down below. Thank you very much. Remember to believe in yourself, to believe in all possibilities, and always remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self.